to my channel. So basically, today's video is a story time. And I have never done a story time on my channel, mostly because I can't keep on track long enough to do that, because I get sidetracked and I'll say a detail of the story and then I'll be like, oh wait, and then this happened, and it just, it doesn't work that way. So basically, today I'm going to be telling a couple different stories. I still haven't decided what those stories are, but I know the first one. So the first one I'm going to talk about is basically a crackhead chasing me and my friends around Walmart. Doesn't that sound a little strange? Yeah, it sounds a little strange. But I don't lie, I swear. All these things that I'm going to say are 100% true. I have the wackiest life. No, okay, things like this don't happen to me every day, so it's like, the fact that this happened, I'm like, it's probably like not that crazy, but like to me, stories like this don't happen to me, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna tell the story, okay? So it was like late January, early February, and we were hanging out, and I'm not naming any of these people, except for, like, yeah, I'm not naming any of these people, just cause. And we were hanging out at this guy friend's house, and we decided we were gonna go to Walmart. So, cause his mom had to buy some things like toilet paper and stuff, and like other like dinner stuff or whatever. And so we were hanging around. We're like, okay, let's all jump in the truck and let's just like go. So we did that, and we decided we're gonna play hide and go seek, because what else does a couple of teenagers do in Walmart? Nothing. You play hide and go seek. All right, fun. We were freshmen at the time. I'm a sophomore now. Well, going into sophomore year. Terrifying. Anyways, so we were playing that. We were playing for a little bit, and me and my best friend were partners, and I think my other guy friend, we'll call him G. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out names. Anyways, my guy friend, everyone else was hiding. The three other people were hiding. The girl and the two boys, they were all hiding, and then me and Marin were hiding. Actually, they were seeking us. Wait, I can't remember. Yeah, they were seeking us, and they hadn't found us yet. So we were basically just walking around, because like, you can't just stay in one spot. Like, everyone knows this about hide and go seek. You can't stay in one spot. No, it doesn't work that way. So, we're walking, and Marin, we're walking past this like baby aisle, and this, you know, there's like those middle sections with like treats and stuff. Well, yeah, Marin goes, she whispers to me after we hurry and go like past this one guy. She's like, that guy was like looking at us, and he was like taking stuff and like sniffing it out of his pocket, like powdery stuff, and taking like pills and stuff. And I was like, of course, me being the freaking idiot that I am, what did I do? She goes, don't look though. You can guess what I did next. I freaking looked. What am I supposed to do? I wanted to see, like, I didn't pay attention to this dude as we were going past, but I wanted to see what it's about. Be like, what is this dude on? I want some. Just kidding, that's very bad. Do not do that. Don't. So I look, and I make eye contact with the dude. And he looks at me, and like the weirdest stare, and his eyes are like red, and he just straight up looks like a crackhead in freaking a Utah Walmart. So what we do next is we start not running, because that would draw too much attention, but speed walking, I guess you could say, very, very fastly, very fast. So we go through this, and this guy's still following us. Like, he probably like was like, ooh, they saw me, which means I'm gonna have to, no witnesses, kind of like, I don't know, maybe he didn't want no witnesses. I'm just kidding, maybe he wouldn't have killed us, but we didn't know that at the time. And so we're like, he's still following us through the baby clothes aisle. And so I call my guy friend G, that's not his name, I call him, and I'm like, we have an issue. a crackhead is chasing us through the baby clothes section, and he's like, what, where? And this friend is like really protective, so he's like, where? Like, where are you guys at? And so he comes to the rescue, and we were fine by then because the crackhead wasn't chasing us anymore. But that was a fun time. That was fun, I guess. That was really fun. Yeah. Anyways, this next story is a little bit, this story only includes myself, really. Like, no one else was there, except for, actually, people I know, wise. So, I think this was last summer, or the summer before last summer, and I'm pretty sure it was last summer. So, there's a junior high by my house, and we would play night games there sometimes, like capture the flag mostly, because they have the field there. So, this night we were playing till like literally 12 o'clock, and I didn't realize how late it was, but my mom never told me when to come home, and I didn't realize it was 12 o'clock. So we had got done, everyone's like done. By the way, my team won. And I'm cutting that out. So it was like 12 o'clock till we got done, and sorry. And I was walking home because my mom called me, and my phone was literally about to die. My mom called me. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm on my way home. She's like, it's 12 o'clock. I'm like, oh shoot, you're right. It is 12 o'clock. I'm like, just down the street. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. And I was a little scared because it was at night. I was like, can you come get me? She's like, I'm not coming to get you. It's 12 o'clock. She was not being that nice about it. She was yelling at me, as a parent would when their child is out at 12. And yeah, I wouldn't be yelling at me too. And so I'm like, okay. Alright. So I decided it'd be shorter if I cut through the junior high parking lot and stuff, instead of like going out and around and then down, and turning onto my road. So, because instead of going this, I'd have to go like this instead of, it makes sense, right? It probably wasn't that much shorter, but I don't know why I did it. I guess I wasn't thinking because, sometimes there's some sketch people at night in the parking lot, the junior high, like, just sitting in their cars. It's like the strangest thing I've ever, it's just weird. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on with them, they're just doing it. So, I'm cutting through, my phone is literally at 2%, I kid you not, and I'm just like kind of scared. I'm walking by myself. All my friends, all the people I was playing with, they all live that way, and I live this way, so I'm like literally the only one. I'm like, see you guys, you're going that way, I'm going this way, I'm by myself. So, I'm walking, and I've walked past like the people in the cars before, like I was telling you. I've done that before, nothing's happened, so I'm like, okay, like, I'm just not gonna look at them, I'm just gonna like mind my own business. And so I was just walking, as one does, trying to go home, and I hear a car start, but like I can't tell from where it is because it's so dark. Well, it's not so dark, but like it's like lit, but the lights are like brown. I can't even explain it, but I can't see the car that's starting up. And from later after this, I figured out where it was from. It was from like on the other side of the junior high. And I hear a car like start up and stuff, and it was kind of like an old car, so it like was not quiet. And so I hear it, and I'm like, okay, well maybe they have like a late like shift or something. And so I'm just walking still, not on my phone because my phone is dead. And if something were to like, my phone's like nearly dead. If something were to happen to me, I don't want to be wasting my battery. I want to be using that for 911 to give me some help. You know what I'm saying? And so I continue walking. I'm literally just passing these like trailer things. I'm not even halfway to my house. And I don't hear or see the car anymore because I had looked back and I'd seen the car that was old. It was like I don't even know. I couldn't see the thing, but it was kind of like bluish, grayish from what it looked like at nighttime with the, bluish brownish lights of the stupid old junior high. And then I was like, okay, well, like, it's gone now, so I have nothing to worry about. There's just these cars sitting in the parking lot, and they want nothing to do with me. I want nothing to do with them. It's fine. I'm just by myself. And so I'm speed walking, right? But I don't want to be running because that would just draw attention to me and make me look, you know. You gotta act cool. You don't want to just be like running, or you look like you're weak and in distress. And so, I get around to this end corner thing, and this car, the car that I saw before, comes up around this entryway from the thing I'm going by, and comes up, and I'm just like kind of looking down. I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, is that the same car that I just saw? Like, the same car? And so I'm like, maybe he has like friends. Maybe there's like some like guys like in here. And I couldn't see through the window because it was dark and like, you know. So I keep walking. I'm about to turn onto this road that leads down here, and then I would turn to go to my house. And so I keep walking, and then I see lights, the dim lights of the old car, shine on me, and I'm like, oh my freaking gosh. So what I did was, there's this little cul-de-sac, so I'm hurrying and walking into that cul-de-sac because I'm like, okay, well, I know some of the people in this cul-de-sac, and if this car tries anything over me, I'm just going to book it into one of the houses. So I'm just walking, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is scary. The car is still behind me, and you can tell it's like stalking me because there's no one else at night. It's 12 a.m. It's just like creeping behind me. I'm like over here, and it's just slowly, and it will stop, and then it will keep going as soon as I'm far enough ahead of it. If I'm like 20 feet ahead of it, then it will keep going. So I turn into the cul-de-sac, and the car, I can tell it's still waiting outside of the road because there's two roads, and you know, if you don't know what a cul-de-sac is, it's just basically a loop like this. And then, so I can tell it's still waiting there. I see no lights on in any of these houses, so I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? This car is obviously stalking for me. Stalking me. Do I, like, I don't know, go in one of these backyards and, like, hope that I can, like, the car goes away? Do I walk up to a door, knock on the door? But the thing, I was thinking about doing that, I was like, but, like, what if I'm, like, the little boy who cried wolf? What if this car actually, like, in some weird circumstance, coincidence, was not following me, which was very, very, very unlikely. And so I didn't do that. I just kind of like stood there for a minute. I acted like I was on the phone, like I had my phone off, and I acted like I was on the phone. And soon enough, the car drove away. But that's not the end. That's not the end of the story. We continue going. I continue going down back to my house. I exit the cul-de-sac, and oh my gosh, I hear the same sound of that car coming towards me. Literally not even 1 minute after I left that cul-de-sac. And I'm like, where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? God, I jumped. That was not funny. So, this is very serious. This is scary. I was scared. I almost peed my pants. I should not be laughing about God, I joke. So I was like, what the crap? Like, it left. The car left. Why is it here again? Oh, that's very funny. It was chasing me again. Not chasing me. It sounded weird. Stalking me again. The 20 feet thing that I explained earlier. So I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is turn onto this road and then go to my house. But I was also thinking, I'm like, I've seen enough like shows, like, I don't know what that hair's doing. Gosh, I've seen shows like, I don't want to lead it to my house and then have it know where I live. The person know where I live, and so, you know, I'm walking slow again, and I decide I'm gonna stop in front of this house and act like I'm on the phone looking at the house and stuff. Like, maybe I'm like on my way to a friend's house or something, and making it look like someone's obviously expecting me. And so I'm like, okay. the car stops at the corner again, and I'm like, okay, this is sketchy. So I start walking to my house again very slowly, and I look back like 2 minutes later as I cross down to this other road. The car was gone. I didn't see it anywhere, and I even waited. I looked out my window for the longest time. I never saw that car again, ever in my life. Never saw it. So yeah, that was a little creepy. Never saw the car ever again. Like, I literally never even saw the car ever again. I can't even explain the car because I only saw it that night. I never saw it around here. I tried to look up the car. I couldn't find the car because it was such an old model. Like just like one of the weirdest, like, oldest models that they probably only released, like, not that many of because it was so ugly. So, yeah. Another story. I'm trying to think of another one that I have that's kind of creepy. Oh, okay. This one has to do with my house. These are all kind of creepy stories. I'm sorry. So this one is, this happened like not a couple years ago, like 4 years ago. So, goodness. Okay, so as some of you may know, my dad passed away when I was 8 years old. And, like, I believe in spirits and stuff, obviously, because, like, I've seen my dad in spirit before. And, like, I can tell when he's near me because it's, like, a warm presence. And it's, like, a happy energy. Not, like, a scary energy or anything. But, my mom, this is when she was still doing her boxing stuff. So she'd be gone a lot, and I'd be babysat by these 2 girls, Emily and Gwen, who were daughters of one of my mom's really good friends. Oh wait, I have to go back, I have to cut that off. There was these 2 daughters that would babysit us, daughters of my mom's really good friend that she'd known for a while. So, I had just gotten back from a summer camp that I go for a week called Clear Creek, and I was in 5th grade. So yeah, this was literally 5 years ago, because I'm in 10th grade now. And so, I get back, and apparently they had been, experiencing paranormal stuff, which I obviously believed them right off the bat, because I'm like, this is not uncommon for my house. Like, don't get me wrong, my house is, like, not, like, haunted, but, like, paranormal stuff happens, like, every once in a while, as it probably does everyone else's house. I would hope. Actually, I don't know. So they're like, there's, like, the light in the storage room, there's, like, one single light right as you go in, and you can see it as you're coming around the corner from the stairs. They're like, the light in the storage room, it, like, goes on, and it will turn off when we tell it to, and it just keeps going on and off and stuff, and it's just, like, the weirdest thing. And so I'm like, okay, show me. And I was, like, expecting it not to work, because usually those kind of things don't happen more than once. They just have it happen that one time. Apparently this stuff was happening yesterday, the day before I'd gotten home. And, sorry, my voice is going out. So, I go down there, and I'm standing by the couch with them, and they tell the light to turn on. I kid you not, the light turned on! I was like, oh my gosh. And it's not like my basement isn't unfinished. Like, my basement is completely finished. The storage room is just, like, the creepy part. And the light was not out or anything, and it wasn't an old light or anything, so there wasn't no, like, technical difficulties or anything. It was a freaking light. It was just a light. You just turn on the switch, and it turns off and on. And so, that freaked me out. And so I'm like, I look at them, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, this has never happened to me before. And I'm, like, being 100% honest with you guys, because I can't even believe this still happened, because I'm like, this stuff like this never happens to me. So, I'm like, okay, well, is everyone here? Like, is everyone that's in the house here with us right now? And so, yeah, so my 2 little brothers, and my little sister, and the 2 girls, we were all together, and that's all who was in the house. And so I'm like, okay. They're like, wait, but when we go back upstairs, it's gonna be off. I'm like, really? And so I'm like, okay, wait. I'm gonna make sure all of you guys go up before me so that I can see that nobody's turning it off. And they're like, okay. And they watched me come up the stairs. We all watched each other go up the stairs. We're all upstairs. And we wait about 2 minutes, and we're like, okay, let's go back down. We go back down, and guess what? The light is off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why is the light off? That is some scary stuff. So, yeah, the light was off again. And so we're waiting down there, and I'm like, well, what will it like do in front of us? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's try. And I said, turn off and on. And it did. It went, not the switch, like the light. Like it went on and then off and then on. And so I'm like getting like really scared. I'm getting chills, and I was like, I'm just beyond myself right now. So I'm like, okay, let's go back upstairs because I'm like getting a little terrified. And so we go back upstairs and we wait for a minute. And I'm talking to them. I'm like, this happened yesterday? And they're like, yeah, like literally is no one in there. We went down in there and we searched. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what if it's my dad? Because like my dad is like, he was known for being a jokester. So I'm like, okay, what if he thinks this is funny and he's getting a kick out of this? And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's my dad. Anyways, and it continues and continues. And it just kept doing that, but I don't want to just repeat myself over and over again. But yeah, it did that. Eventually it stopped and it wouldn't do it anymore, so we just left it alone and we didn't go back in the basement for like a week. And then we told my mom about it, but my mom wouldn't believe us. So I'm like, are you kidding me? And we even had videos of it, but I don't have videos of it anymore because this was 5 years ago on her phone, and she had gotten a new phone after that. And I'm sure like, this, like, yeah, really freaky. That was 5 years ago, so. Anyways, that was my 3 stories. I have many more stories, but this video is already 23 minutes long without editing. So, yeah. If you guys want to see another story time, of, like, any, like, certain genre of stories, then comment down below. Yeah. And it's the first day of summer. It's summer now. If it's summer for you, I hope you are starting off having a good summer. And anyways, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Even if you didn't enjoy it, you should still give it a like. Just kidding. Check the links down below. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park.